Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's me, Gianni, and I just saw The Dark Knight Rises, and oh my god, was it good! It was so fucking good. I'm a huge fan of the first two movies, the series in general, comics, whatever. But this movie was perfect in so many ways that I'm just gonna rattle them off now. First of all, trilogies. The expectations aren't super high for trilogies because you know that they have to wrap up all the stories, and they don't always do that in a good way. They don't always do that in an interesting way. And in that aspect, storytelling suffers sometimes. And that was a concern of mine leading into this film, is that I knew they had to wrap up a bunch of stuff. I knew they were introducing a few new characters. I was slightly concerned that it would be a little bit clunky. It wouldn't have the interesting and streamlined, storytelling that the first two had. But I was totally wrong. Like, the story in this movie, builds off the first two, but it also adds to it in itself. The perfect, political undertones of this movie fit exactly with the tone of the country right now, with the Occupy Wall Street movement that happened. This movie is all about the majority rising up against the minority and learning to handle things on themselves and holding each other accountable. I thought that was awesome. I think that will eventually elevate this movie above others as it puts its stamp on this time, because it fits perfectly with where we are as a country right now. But on top of that, the two new characters introduced, the new villain, I shouldn't say two, three, the new villain Bane, the new, faux villain and Catwoman, and the Joseph Gordon-Levitt character, which I won't tell you his proper title, because that might ruin it for you, were all great. Throughout this whole trilogy, every character has been perfectly portrayed by probably the best actor for the job, and that's rare to see. And then, on top of that, the ending of this movie was perfect. I saw this movie 2 days ago, and I still cannot get over how well it ended. It wrapped it up perfectly. There's no better way that it could do it, and that is extremely rare in movies now. How many times do you talk to somebody about a movie and they're like, I thought it was good, but the ending sucked? If anyone tells you the ending of Dark Knight Rises sucked, you need to fucking kick them right in the mouth, because it was perfect. And not only do I want you to watch this movie, but I want you to go watch this movie in theaters, because if you don't, you are doing yourself an injustice, because it is an event and it is awesome. That's it for me. I'll see you next time. Later, dudes.